Thank you for watching this video. This video is on all of the amphibian species in Utah, including frogs, toads, spadefoots, and salamanders. A huge shout out to Rye Jones, who provided the majority of the photography and range maps in this video. If you haven't already, please check out his website and his YouTube channel, both which are linked in the description below. And now the list of amphibians. I'm first going to list the 4 frog species that are native to Utah, and then I will go over the species that are not native, but that can be found in the state. The first on the list is the canyon tree frog. This frog can be found with a variety of different patterns and colors. And while this is a tree frog, due to its habitat, you won't find this frog in trees, but rather on rocks near streams. This frog is found in southern Utah and southwestern Utah. The northern leopard frog is perhaps the most common native frog of Utah. This frog is interesting because it is found to be both brown and green. It is very widespread in the state of Utah, and you are likely to find this frog if you go to any local pond. The boreal chorus frog is a cute little frog that averages to be around 1 inch long. This frog is mostly absent in the extreme desert regions of Utah, but is mostly found in the high mountains. If you've ever been in the Uinta Mountains, you're likely to come across this frog. This map gives a little more detail to the high elevation range. The Columbia spotted frog can be one of the harder frogs to find in Utah. It has a pretty small range and isn't easily encountered. The next 4 frogs are not native to Utah, beginning with the plains leopard frog. This frog has a very small range in the state of Utah, near Lake Powell or on the border near Page, Arizona. The American bullfrog is an entirely different story. This frog is very widespread in the state of Utah, and probably the most commonly seen frog anywhere you go. Bullfrogs are not only the biggest frogs in the state, but also the biggest frogs in North America. I've caught many bullfrogs like this one here that are over 12 inches from their nose stretching all the way to the end of their toes. Bullfrogs are an invasive species to Utah and are considered a nuisance by many people. Because of the size of this frog, many people actually eat them. And if you're brave enough to try it out, you may be helping the ecosystem by doing so. The green frog is another non-native species, but this frog, unlike the bullfrog, is only found in Weber and Davis counties. And the last of the non-native species is the Baja California tree frog, which is just found in Washington County. And now we have the species of toad, beginning with the boreal toad. This toad has an extremely warty appearance and is found at high elevations, commonly between 6,000 to 10,000 feet. You'll come across this toad near marshes, lakes, streams, and ponds. The Great Plains toad is found in southeastern Utah. This toad has paler skin with greenish blotches. The Arizona toad is only found in South Washington County. This species inhabits streams and slow-moving rivers. The red spotted toad is a much more common toad species in southern Utah. They can be found along streams and rivers in most of the Colorado Plateau. Just this past year, I found a stream absolutely full of them, with hundreds in every direction I walked. The woodhouse toad is a common species found in a variety of landscapes. I have personally come across them in deserts, high mountains, and everything in between. They can get pretty big for some of the toad species in Utah, and I've caught them as big as 5 inches. There are 3 types of spadefoot in Utah: the plains spadefoot, the Great Basin spadefoot, and the Mexican spadefoot. Spadefoots get their name from the bony protrusion on the back of their hind legs. They use these to dig deep into the desert soil, where they spend the majority of their lives. They come out of their burrows to breed, and they also emerge when it rains. I grew up in the region of the Great Basin, and whenever it rained, my favorite activity was to go out and collect these spadefoots. I have a lot of fun childhood memories of going to the window wells every single time it rained to go find all the Great Basin spadefoots, and as soon as the weather cleared, it didn't take long for them to return back into their burrows. Tiger salamanders are the only salamander species in Utah. They can be found pretty much anywhere in the state except for the extremely dry areas. However, they are most easily found in high elevation ponds that lack fish. The vast majority of salamanders that I have personally found were in ponds at high elevations in the Uinta Mountains and the Wasatch Mountains. This is just one video of a series that I'm doing on the species of wildlife in Utah. If you enjoyed this one, please check out the others. And of course, as a new channel, the best way you can help me is to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.